It's not over. Blake Lively has now added her name to the people who are filing a motion to dismiss themselves from the lawsuit. Ryan Reynolds did it a couple days ago, and now Blake Lively has filed a motion to dismiss. This was not unexpected. I think every single person named in the lawsuit, Leslie Sloan has done it. Ryan Reynolds has done it. Now Blake Lively has done it as well. There's so much news on this case that has popped up this week on its own. So Stephanie McNeil from Glamour, who thinks that the content creators are just milking it, pay attention, honey. There is so much news because Jed Wallace, who was named in the smear campaign, he came out yesterday with a lot of information. Jenny Slate, who is pretty much named, even though she's not named, as one of the potential victims of Justin Baldoni, also is in the news today. There's so much going on, but let's talk about Blake Lively and this 44-page document that has just come out. In this document, and we did talk about Ryan Reynolds the other day, how he said calling Justin Baldoni a predator is just an opinion because he actually feels that way about him. This one is started, it's always very, theatrical the way it says. The Wayfarer Party's vengeful and rambling lawsuit against Blake Lively is a profound abuse of the legal process that has no place in federal court. The law prohibits weaponizing defamation lawsuits like this one to retaliate against individuals who have filed legal claims or have publicly spoken out about sexual harassment and retaliation. The right to seek legal redress and the right of the press to report on it are sacred principles that are protected by multiple privileges, including the litigation and fair report privileges, which are absolute. Let's get into just a couple of things that Blake Lively and her lawyers wrote in this 44-page document and why she feels she should be dismissed from this lawsuit. Lively's attorneys say one of the amended complaint's insurmountable deficiencies is its utter failure to allege actual malice. This is exactly what Ryan Reynolds also said. The meaning of malice. That Miss Lively subjectively did not believe the sexual harassment allegations she raised. Other than many pages of empty bluster, the FAC, that's the amended complaint, not only fails to allege actual malice, it pleads just the opposite by demonstrating her good faith beliefs. Among other things, the FAC incorporates by referencing a damning text message between Mr. Baldoni, that's Justin, and Miss Nathan, that's his publicist, Melissa Nathan, in which both agree that Miss Lively genuinely believes she's right and that all of this is just unjust. Then it says, in lieu of concrete facts, the FAC resorts to implausible conjecture and conspiracy theories to allege that Miss Lively falsified her allegations. On the one hand, the Wayfarer parties insist that Miss Lively is an immensely powerful Hollywood superstar who, along with her influential husband, these two, wielded power to steal creative control over the film. But on the other hand, they claim she was so powerless that the only way she could have any power was by manufacturing sexual harassment allegations almost a year in advance in a Machiavellian long game. These two concepts contradict each other and therefore cannot coexist. Really? Even if these bizarre theories made sense, her lawyers continue, which they do not. They've decided the FAC offers no plausible facts to support the conclusory assertion that Miss Lively ever subjectively doubted that any of the misconduct she alleged had occurred as she described it, including in the 17-point list that they signed, the disclosures made in this January 4th meeting, or her eventual legal complaints. Indeed, despite its narrative fury against her, the FAC repeatedly and consistently include facts that demonstrate Miss Lively's genuine good faith belief that she was mistreated and her appropriate and private efforts to improve the situation for herself and others. This idea of the fact that she and he couldn't be so powerful that they could have taken over his movie, and also the fact that she could have come up with this, plan of being sexually harassed. I don't know. I don't buy it. Let me remind you guys of something.
Right? That is the vibe. Just did that for Blake Lively's film. It Ends With Us, which is actually coming out in another week or two.
Nice.
That's based on a book.
Yeah.
So then, are you like grabbing from that? Are you reading the book, or are you grabbing?
I didn't read the book. No, she called me as we were in London finishing Deadpool, and she's like, she called me out of the blue, and she's like, I've been hearing what you've been doing on Deadpool, and Ryan talks about you so much, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and then I found out that you did Age of Adeline, which I didn't even realize. And
I was going to say, wasn't that her?
yeah, it was her.
They don't know.
They don't know, but she did. She found out, and she had kind of moved into the lead position of finishing this film, and so we came in and scored the film in 3 weeks.
That was the composer. Remember? She had the other composer fired, the one that Justin Baldoni had hired, and then she brought in her husband's composer, the one from Deadpool. She moved into the lead position of the film, the one that she was hired on as an actress and a producer, a vanity producer, the one that Justin Baldoni was the director of. And we have so many text messages and letters to prove it. That sure sounds like she took over creative control of the film. Just saying. It continues to say, in short, nothing in the FAC resembles an actionable legal claim. Instead, it's a blunt public relations instrument designed to further the Wayfarer Party's sinister campaign to bury and destroy Miss Lively for speaking out about sexual harassment and retaliation. Sort of weird. It's kind of almost like, I don't know, Ryan Reynolds' strange way to bury and destroy Justin Baldoni by calling him a predator at parties and events to his agency. But I don't know, that's just my opinion.